but nevertheless we move. So they say, we move, come on. People, welcome. If you're new, welcome back. I've been dying to make this video for you guys. It's just that I was waiting for everything to get sorted and situated because absolutely nothing was sorted or situated since I've been in London, so I could not make this video, but I knew that I would. And someone actually commented maybe in my last video asking me to do a video like this, basically talking about my process of how I got to London. So in today's video I will be answering how I got to London, why I got to London, how long will I be in London for, where I'm gonna live in London, where have I been living the past 3 weeks now that I've been here, almost 3 weeks that I've been here. Time is flying. It's crazy, but it's all gonna get answered today. And for anyone who's been thinking about getting a visa to come to London, this video could be for you because obviously, like I said, I'm gonna talk about my process, especially my visa process, what visa I'm on, and maybe that will help you guys out. So keep watching. I might be slightly overexposed, but it's better than that darkness I was getting before. I don't know, my camera's not auto-focusing. So the very first question, or very first thing I feel like I have to address is why London? I think I gave a little glimpse of this in my moving vlog. The second one, when I arrived to London, I gently brushed upon it, but basically I wanted to experience life in London and London as a whole since I was about 12 years old. No lie, I know some people are like, I wanted my whole life to do this, that, but honestly, pretty much my whole life, for over a decade now, I've been wanting to come to London, experience living in London, and I was like, you know what, I don't care, I'm gonna make it happen. One day, some way, somehow, I'm gonna do it, and here I am, over a decade later, actually doing it. So if you would have told 12-year-old me that when I turned 25, I would be in London, I'd be like, shut your mouth, you liar. But you know what? Here I am. The next thing would be, how did I get to London? So, obvious answer, an airplane, duh. But no. So, there's different ways you can find yourself able to stay in London for a long period of time. I thought that I would do the smart thing and get a work visa. My job that I had started working for last year, they have locations in London, and so I was like, you know what, let me do that. And I tried to go that route. I spoke with my general managers about it. They reached out to general managers here in London, got the okay, thought everything was gonna be cool. They told me, I was like, so do I have to do the visa? And they said yes. And that's when I thought things were kind of weird, because I was like, I thought like the job does that for you. Now I could be totally wrong, but that's what I thought. But I was like, okay, whatever. So I go online and I'm looking into how to start the visa, and then they asked for some reference number. I asked my general manager, she goes, ask HR. So I was like, okay, I emailed HR. And guess what HR tells me, people? Listen to this. They basically told me, we are not sponsoring you to go to London. Excuse me? Literally, that was my reaction. Excuse me? Because you're saying that you won't sponsor me to go to London, but yet my general manager is saying like it's cool, and then the manager in London is saying it's cool, and the position is open in London. So I was like, but they basically was saying that they can get someone in London to fulfill that position, I guess, because it wasn't some type of like specialty position or something like that. I don't know. But I was just like, make it make sense, because obviously you need someone, and if I'm willing to like right away uproot and go, like, come on. But whatever, everything happens for a reason. I had been looking, before I looked into the work visa, I had been looking at different ways you can get to London, and one of the ways was a tourist visa. Now the tourist visa is for the UK as a whole, so that's the one I have now, and because I went that route because it would be the most easiest. The other one was like a spousal visa, and I was not in a relationship, so couldn't happen. So I don't know the specifics of that, but yes, the tourist visa allows you to go anywhere in the UK, so like with no problem, hassle-free. blah 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 blah. Okay, so my plan was to get that visa, apply for that visa so that I can easily come to London and stay for an extended period of time. But let me say this. So you're allowed to, as an American citizen, don't quote me on this, I believe I'm correct, but I could be wrong or something could have changed. I believe you can stay in London or in the UK for up to 6 months without a visa. I think, double check, don't quote me on that. However, I got a visa because I wanted to rent while I am here. I can almost for sure say if you do not have a visa, you are not getting a place to rent. Like, that's just not happening. I guess, you know, the whole thing with like too many people trying to, you know, come to the UK and stay in the UK and like not leave. So it's like, there's just like a lot, and there's a lot of like with the renting laws and stuff here. Like, even I've had a complicated time and I have a visa, so it's like literally it's just that annoying. But yeah, so I have a tourist visa. My visa it says it takes 15 days to process. I submitted it. Literally 5 days later, I got a notification saying it was processed and all my materials were being sent back to me. So now let's talk about the materials needed for the tourist visa. It is really straightforward. Everything that you need is on the uk.gov website. I swear to you. Why I'm swearing this to you? Because I not only looked at the uk.gov website, but I was also like reading articles and I was watching people's YouTube videos about what they did and da 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 da. And so sometimes people were saying different things and I was like, oh my god, freaking out. Literally what you need is on that website. Like, you don't even have to go to YouTube, Google, like, don't do it. Save yourself the stress. I'm telling you from experience, save yourself the stress. All right, camera's charged. It's like an hour and a half later maybe, so lighting situation is a bit different. But anyways, so the visa, yes, tourist visa. I'm trying to remember where I left off, and I just watched the clip. First of all, read through the specifications of the tourist visa. You can get tourist visas for different amounts of time. I don't remember all the time frames, so I'm not even gonna try to attempt. I believe you can get one that's like for up to, it's a few years, but I don't think it's that you stay there for all those years. I think it's just you can come and go as you please within that time frame. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but I could be wrong, so double check. That's not what I got, so double check. So as far as what you need, once you find out which one works best for you, you look into the what you need category. So basically, you have to have bank statements, like the past 6 months of bank statements from your checking account. I also provided my savings account because that's where all the money I kept for London was at. So I made sure to provide that as well. I also had to provide, since I am employed, or at the time of doing this application, the company I was employed with them. Duh. So I had to provide a letter from HR basically saying that I was employed with the company. So I did that. And was there anything else? Obviously I needed my passport and the visa application. The visa application, you do it on the uk.gov website. They ask you a bunch of questions about yourself, basically, you know, the general information, and then they also ask you what countries have you visited, and how long you stayed in those countries. I guess they want to see if you leave countries when you're supposed to and you don't just try to stay for a long amount of time. So they do that, and then before you can even submit the application, you have to pay for it. So you pay for it and then you submit it, and then you do all this mumbo jumbo. I will say one thing that I did add to my visa application, or all the extra paperwork I had to give in, was a cover letter. There was someone that made a YouTube video and she said that that's what she did. And I was like, you know what, well, that's smart, because it's basically just giving that extra layer of oomph to your application. And in that cover letter, I basically spoke about why I wanted to come to the UK and everything I wanted to do while I was here. make sure to not make it sound like you're not gonna go back home. So how I did that was basically by saying, like, not saying that I wanted to settle in like one specific place. Yes, I'm settling mostly in London, but I'm settling in London, but the plan is to just use London as a base and then just go to other places from London. That's just how I choose to do it. You can do it as in London for a bit, then in, let's say, Scotland for a bit, then go up to Ireland for a bit, then go to Wales for a bit. Like, do how you want to do it. That's not how I wanted to do it. So yeah, that's not how I went about it. So I also made sure to put in the cover letter that, you know, I was doing it until like the holidays, and then I'll be back in time for the holidays with my family, blah blah blah. And that kind of adds that bit of insurance of knowing that I'll leave when I'm supposed to leave. So after you submit the application, you have to schedule an appointment. The appointment is for biometrics, where they take your picture and they take your fingerprints. Easy peasy. And yeah, so that was it. So for my visa, I chose the 6-month visa. Obviously, the more time you want to have the visa for, the more you're paying. I believe for the 6 month, it was around ballpark $140 US, give or take. I think it was a little less than 140, but we're just gonna say ballpark 140. So the reason I got a 6-month visa was because I think 6 months is a perfect amount of time to be able to stay in a place and just feel it out, basically, and see if that's something you like. Now, like I said, everything happens for a reason. I look so shiny. This is disgusting. I'm not this shiny. I think it's the lighting. Anyways, and I got the work visa and just dived right in here, working and all that stuff. That's a big commitment. And then what if I didn't like it? Now I gotta quit the job and all. It probably would have been a hassle, much more of a hassle than it needed to be. So everything happens for a reason, and I got the tourist visa. It got approved. 6 months is enough time for me to know at the end if London is a place that I want to live in or not. So that's my whole reason for coming to London. Not only did I always want to come here, but this is my trial period. At the end of my time here, I get to decide, do I want to file the necessary paperwork so that I can stay in London for longer? Or am I like, okay, London was cool, but I think I'm gonna stay in America for a bit. During the time of my visa, like, I can't file any paperwork to try to stay in the UK. And then after the 6 months, I need to leave. I can't have 6 months pass and me still here and then trying to file for a different type of visa. It's just, that won't work. So 8 minutes, oh my god, I talk too much. Anyways, so that's how that works. So 6 months, I make the decision. Back in America, I'll make the decision, do I want to come back to London? Do I want to stay in New York? Or not New York, but America, because your girl will not stay in New York. We're a little closer because for some reason my camera doesn't want to autofocus when I'm a bit further, so I was very blurry. Okay, so now you get your stuff back in the mail. You're gonna get like an envelope. It's gonna have all the bank statements and whatever paperwork you provide, as well as your passport. Now, don't think you're gonna get a letter in the mail saying, congratulations, so-and-so, you have been granted a visa, blah, 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 because it's not happening. What you have to do is take your passport out, open it, and flip, 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 until you flip through all the pages, and either you're gonna see something that wasn't there before, which will be your visa, or there's not going to be anything there. And if there's nothing there, you didn't get it. I'm pretty sure, I mean, see, that didn't happen to me, so I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's how you know. I don't think you're going to get a letter saying, because if they don't give you a letter saying you are approved, I doubt you're going to get a letter saying you're not approved. Could be wrong, but at least that's how you know you've been approved. So what were my next steps after that? I mean, I was super excited and everything. I was like, yeah. But now I was like, okay, I need to find a place to live. So let's talk about flat hunting. So I used Rightmove and Gumtree at first, but I was using more so Rightmove. And I was looking for studio apartments because I was like, I really want to live on my own. Studio apartment would be great, blah, blah, blah. But to be honest, it was hard because of the time difference. Sorry guys, I'm in a hotel, so like I can like hear people walking in the hallways. Anyways, so it was hard because of the time difference. So I would wake up super early in the morning, like at sunrise, so that I can like get in contact by emailing lettings agents in London. And you know, it's a 5-hour time difference, and it was always like a hassle. And then a lot of them never answered me back, and some of them just answered very slowly, and some of them like they were just all over the place. It was just so hard to do it from a distance. And then also a lot of places weren't doing short lets, which means short-term stay, so 6 months would be considered short-term, and they wouldn't do that. So I had to be open to the possibility of a roommate. I didn't want to do a roommate. One, COVID is still a thing, so like now I have to worry about the person I'm living with and how they are, which it's like it sucks. And I'm a person that has a lot of anxiety, so it's like I didn't really want to do that. But at the same time, this was kind of like the only thing I could do, so that I can, like, the only way I can find a place for a short term. And not end up paying a bunch of money, because the other way would have been renting out Airbnbs or hotels for my stay. And if I went that route, one, I would not stay the full 6 months. I probably would only stay for like 2 or 3 months, because it's really expensive to do that. Whereas when you're paying rent, it's way cheaper. So I was like, but after all of that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to put this all on hold. I'm going to rent an Airbnb for my first 2 weeks in London. I have to do like a self-isolation thing anyway, so like whatever. Rent an Airbnb for my first 2 weeks, and then I can apartment hunt or flat hunt while I'm there. It'll be 10 times easier. But let me tell you, it was not 10 times easier. So some people still would take forever to get back to me, whether it was a lettings agent so I could look at a studio, or whether it was someone that was renting out one of the rooms in their apartments. The other thing was, I said I did not want to live with more than one other person. I was like, definitely not in these times. I don't want to live with more than one person. One person is enough as it is. And so yeah, that was a whole thing, finding only one roommate instead of like 2 or 3 roommates, which was just like a lot. I don't know why there was, but whatever. The other thing is, I guess you can say I'm kind of picky. Now, I'm a germaphobe, right? So if I go see a place, like, I don't need the nicest place in the world, but if I see a place, and let's say for instance the bathroom, there's like scum and mildew. I don't know why I said scum, but there's like mildew and stuff and stains in the tub, and then like the sink is all rusted and stuff. I don't want to live there. That doesn't make me want to live there. 1, 2, why is the place being shown like that? Like, you really think someone wants to live there like that? I mean, like, I'm kind of desperate to find a place, but I'm not that desperate, you know, because if worst case scenario I can't find a place, Airbnb, hotel, or just take my butt back to America and like figure this out another time. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not that desperate. I'm not doing that. The other thing is, I wanted something a little more modern. And you know, London's known for its like old architecture and being like old and stuff, like, you know what I mean? That's what makes London London. Like, of course there's a lot of new buildings and stuff that are becoming more modern, but like that's just what they're known for. So a lot of flats are still in the old times, and I don't really want to be living in like the old times, like in an old time flat. So that also played a big part in my flat search. Then there was one flat I saw that I actually liked it. It was a big bedroom, it was spacious. I was like, oh great. But guess what? The lady was like, I don't know, probably older than my mother. I was like, how? Because I definitely said I didn't want a roommate over 30. So I don't know how that even happened, that she was that age. Like, let me tell you, I knew from when I looked at her, but it was confirmed when she told me that she has a son my age. Like, I'm 25. You have a son my age? Come on. So it was like, it was a lot of trial and error. A lot of error. But I'm so happy to say that finally it has happened. There was a place that I saw, and I really, first of all, really loved the girl's personality. I can tell by her advertisement for the place, I was like, she seems like she's full of life and she's lively, and I'm a lively person. Like, I don't want to be around someone that's super dull, because like, bleh, that's boring. You need some, you don't want to be over the top all the time, but you need some spark, some pizzazz, you know? And I could tell she was like that. And then when I met her in person, she was exactly like that. And I was like, oh, amazing. And her place was, now I say her place because she does own it. And it's just so artsy fartsy. Like, it's so cool. There's like cool colors, and then the decor, it's like such a vibe, you guys. It's great. And her and I sat and talked for like, I don't even know how long, but we were just chatting away at the dining room table, and like just having a good chat. Like, we weren't even talking about how we want to live with each other and like how that would work. We were just having effortlessly conversation. It was just flowing. So I left there with a really good vibe. And even though I saw, I think, one or two more places, no, probably only one more place after that, like, in my head, I was like, I know I want to live with her, so I hope she wants to live with me. And I was, honestly, the next day after I viewed the place, she did message me and told me that I was by far her favorite, but, you know, she did promise 2 more people that they can see it. Ultimately, I got the message 2 nights ago, that she wanted me to move in. So, woohoo, your girl's moving in this weekend. I'm excited. Well, I don't know when this video is going up, so by the time this goes up, I might be already living there. No, not might. I will be already living there. So yeah, but I'm excited because now I can breathe a little easier. I don't have that stress on me for looking for a place to live, because if that didn't work, then guess what? I have to extend my hotel stay, and that's money. But also I have to say, when you're looking for a roommate situation, use spare rooms. Spare room's your best bet. That's where I found my current roommate at. So yeah, that just like worked out for me. Like, it's so last minute, but it worked out. So it took me 3 weeks to find a place, but you know what? 3 weeks is better than 4 weeks, and it's better than 5 and 6 weeks. So honestly though, if that didn't work out with her, I was really banking on that, because I was like, I'm not gonna find another person that I really mesh with like that well. And we have so much in common and stuff. Like, she works in TV and film and all that. You know, I'm heavily involved in the arts, so it was like, it was meant to be, you know? So if that didn't work out, honestly, I was gonna be like, all right, whatever, I'm gonna go to plan B, just hotel, Airbnb, stay here for like 2-3 months, or like just stay here for the summer. And so with that being said, even though I even though I did find a flat to live in, nothing is set in stone as far as me staying the full 6 months. Now, I would love to stay until December. I hope I can stay till December. I hope I'm able to pull through and do it. But it's hard. It's a lot. And I've been here for 3 weeks, and it's already been a lot. At the same time, it's been even more stressful because I didn't have a place to live yet. All that stuff wasn't figured out. So now I can like continue moving forward with a clearer mindset. But it is hard being in a different country, not having those who I'm used to having around me with me. So it's a lot. It's a lot of like give and take, push and pull, you know, all that jazz. But nevertheless, we move. So they say, we move. Come on. And yeah, we're gonna see what happens. In my head, I'm hoping that regardless, the minimum amount of time I want to stay here is for the full summer, and then I guess at the end of September or mid-September, whatever, in September, I will reevaluate, see where I'm at, see if I want to continue my stay or if I want to dip. So that's why my agreement with my roommate would be 3 months and then go month to month after that. Obviously, I would let her know a month in advance if I want to stay or not. So obviously, when August comes around, if I think September is going to be my last month, I'm telling her that in August. I'm not going to wait until September to be like, yeah, by the way, I'm leaving in 3 weeks. So, deuces, you know? So we're going to see what happens. I'm definitely excited, though, to move in and to get situated, to not live out of my suitcase anymore. It's going to be great. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, it's like all I can think of right now, but if you guys have any questions, if you're thinking about getting a visa, I specifically know about the UK. I don't know about other countries, but I'll be willing, I can help out as best as I can. Just drop a comment down below with any questions you might have about the process. If you are trying to get a visa, whether it's the UK or anywhere else, good luck to you. Best of luck to you guys. Comment down below with any questions, comments, or concerns you may have. And I really want to say thank you guys for watching. I'm excited for the rest of my journey here in London. It's you know, it's not gonna be easy. I don't want to make it look like a walk in the park, because it's not. And I want, when I do vlogs, like obviously I'm gonna show you guys all the fun stuff, but when times get hard, I want to be able to share that with you guys as well. That's what I'm hoping, to be more vulnerable and open on my channel. And yeah, so I'm really excited. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in the next video.